Hello and welcome to Pock and Rob. In today's video, this is part 9 of the 10-part series where we're going through our top 100 songs. This is my son Joel, also known on YouTube as FoxEatingNuggets. As ever, we are not going into the granular detail of this song being slightly better than that. We do them in batches of 10, and this is 20 through to 11. Before Joel kicks this off, I just remind you to like the video, hit the subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications, and it's over to you.
So my first track is quite new. It is by Keane and it is Dirt.
Came out last year
Yes.
on a Record Store Day single, but I downloaded the track. I like the track Dirt. I have literally last week been and seen Keane live. Finally.
And they didn't play it.
And they didn't play it, no. They didn't play that or Tear Up This Town, which is also a really great standalone
Or Sovereign
single.
Light. Oh no, they said they played Sovereign Light Cafe in the encore, didn't they?
They did play Sovereign Light Cafe in the encore. It was the last track they played. My first pick from this batch is also fairly recent. It came out right at the end of 2020 on her second surprise album of the year. It is Taylor Swift from Evermore, and Joel's already had this on his list. It's Nobody No Crime.
Yeah.
A great murder song. Absolutely fantastic storytelling in the song, and it's my favourite Taylor Swift song by a very long margin. It's such a good song.
My next pick probably is barely in my top 100 anymore, and I only made this list about 3 months ago.
Well, it's taken us that long to cover these. So.
The other two songs from the same film that were also on this list, which are probably not even in my top 100 anymore.
Just spit it out.
What else can I do from Encanto?
Now, if you remember a previous video, he had put in We Don't Talk About Bruno. And I said, you put that in, and I was really surprised. And he said, it's not even my favourite. This was his favourite.
It still is my favourite.
This kind of proves my point that I made to you, Joel, that my top 100 has become fairly static because of the years of listening to music. Yours is in serious flux. And so if we were to revisit this in 2 years' time, you would have a whole different load of songs in there.
I would say my top 100, or my top 10, is probably still about the same.
Well, that's for 2 weeks' time.
Maybe edited around a little bit within the 10, but it is probably the same songs.
My next pick from this batch is a song I wanted at my wedding, and it didn't actually happen in the end. It is Love Song by Third Day from their debut album Third Day. This is a surprising love song. It's not a love song about two people. It's a love song about Jesus to his people, and I think it's a phenomenally brilliant lyric with one of Mac Powell's very best vocals. I think it's a great song. Love Song by Third Day.
So my next track is by Bastille.
Oh, this can only be one thing.
No, it can't. There are 2 Bastille songs in my top 20.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And this one is the lesser of the 2, and it is Happier.
Okay. I don't know it, I don't think.
I did put it on I put it on the holiday CD.
Okay. Well, I don't recall it. Maybe I did hit. Well, I will have heard it. I just don't recall it at the moment.
Yeah.
I'll have to hear it again and go, oh, it's that. My next pick comes with a trigger warning. There's going to be a modicum of violence because it's from the album I Want to See the Bright Lights Tonight. It is the title track, and it's by Richard and Linda Thompson. Oh,
no!
Rabbit punching my kidneys. Ow, stop it. Ow. Elder abuse.
Yes, abuse.
Now, I once owned a Richard Thompson retrospective called Watching the Dark. I wish I still did because I didn't like it very much at the time. Had this track been on there, I think I would have become a Richard Thompson fan far sooner than I did. I Want to See the Bright Lights I heard about 8-9 years ago, and when I heard it I thought, where has this song been all my life? I absolutely adore I Want to See the Bright Lights Tonight. Over to you.
Richard Thompson songs are evil. Yes, they are.
Go on.
But my next song is another Keane song. And it is Everybody's Changing from Hopes and Fears.
Superb song. One of the highlights of the concert, I have to admit. It was in the main body of the concert, and it's such a good sing-along song. And guess what? I've gigged this. Of course I have.
Of course he has.
I've done it with your mum.
Of course he has.
Absolutely love this song from the Hopes and Fears album, which is just... It's my favourite album of the 2000s. It might actually lay claim to being my favourite album of the first 2 decades of the new millennium, actually. Great album, great song. My next pick takes us back to the 1960s. The album that this is the title track for was released the same day as the White Album. The White Album was a massive success. This album, whilst it is their best-selling album, was a complete commercial flop, but it has sold steadily ever since. It's the Kinks, and it is Village Green Preservation Society.
We are the Village Green Preservation Society.
Another song that I've known Kinks music for years, but I didn't know this album until about a decade ago.
It always feels like a meme song to me.
A meme song.
Yeah, God Save Donald Duck.
Vaudeville and Variety.
Yeah.
It's a clever lyric from a very, very fine album. And Village Green Preservation Society title track has just soared in my affections in the last few years. I really like it. I know you really like this song as well.
My next song has already appeared on Dad's list.
Okay.
And it is the best James Bond theme. And it is by Adele. And it is Skyfall.
He's right.
I know.
On both of those statements, it was on a previous list of mine, and I did think I said at the time that I think it is the best Bond film.
I thought you said it was the other one was better.
No. I love Live and Let Die. I love Paul McCartney, but Skyfall is the perfect Bond theme. Absolutely peerless. Brilliant.
I do also quite like No Time to Die, but that's not on this.
I also think it's Adele's best song, let alone the best Bond theme.
I agree.
My next pick is by the Beatles. There will be Beatles in this video and indeed in the next one. They're my favourite band. And this is a cheat. I have cheated by including this.
No, he hasn't. They're all deserve. They're
But
all deserving.
it's 3 songs.
And they are all deserving.
On Abbey Road, you cannot separate them. It is Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, The End.
All deserving of the same spot.
Absolutely phenomenal end to my favourite album.
Except the version in...
not the one from Sing. It's sung quite well, but they're both short songs, 3 short songs. They're fused together, and what a way to end your recorded career with the track called The End. And in the end, the love you make is equal to the love you take. It's just perfection.
My next track has been in Joel's Revenge. Not in his list, but in a Joel's Revenge.
On our Generation Mix podcast, yes.
There's a link in the description below. And it is Found Tonight, which is a charity fusion.
So I've just had a fusion song. He just had a fusion song, hasn't he?
Charity fusion of Found from Dear Evan Hansen and Story of Tonight from Hamilton. And
it enhances both songs, actually.
It does, and it switches the singers for the first section. And
because I don't know what Found sounds like in Dear Evan Hansen, but Tonight is a very short snippet of the song, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of very sounds drunken and
is
the point, but it does.
Found Tonight was and is currently my second favourite Joel's Revenge you've done.
Your first favourite?
Well, you played me Avril Lavigne Skaterboard.
Oh yeah,
which I already knew, but I do like. My next pick is from David Bowie. It's from 1980, the album Scary Monsters and Super Creeps, which I'm not that fond of. However, it's Ashes to Ashes, the #1 hit single from 1980, that I have to admit
Okay.
creeped me out from the video for years. It actually
Like
made
another
me
brick in the wall?
dislike David Bowie for over a decade. Even to the point where when I actually reheard it on Changes, Bowie, the compilation in 1990,
Which I have.
I still couldn't bring myself to actually love Bowie's music. It took another 10 plus years. But Ashes to Ashes is just a track I adore now. I think it's the end of Bowie's genius period, really. Ashes to Ashes, what a great song. And it's a sequel. It's a sequel to Space Oddity because we have Major Tom reappearing. Fantastic. He was a genuine musical and songwriting genius.
My next song has already appeared on Dad's list. And it's been in a Generation Mix episode, but one of the bonus ones. And it is Welcome to the Black Parade.
Yes, it was on the previous video we did. It was my one that I mentioned in 30 to 21.
I do really like the fact that it starts as a marching band slow.
Where's the piano-led intro?
Yeah, but then
the drums come in. Yeah.
It turns into like a marching band, and then it starts over the top of the marching band. He starts singing like a proper rock star.
Yeah.
And then it just slams it. The beat drops and it slams into the rock heavy section. I love that.
My next pick is from a huge selling album. It is again a title track. It's from Dire Straits and it's Brothers in Arms.
I have this album and I've never listened to it.
You've heard it in the car.
I heard it in the car.
Brothers in Arms is such an atmospheric and emotive track that if I'm in a bit of a choked up mood anyway and I hear Brothers in Arms, it will possibly tip me into shedding a tear or two. It's a song that I really think shows what the power of music can be. And yeah, you've got a copy of Brothers in Arms, and you've not yet listened to it, which is a shame. It's the final track on the album, but for me, it's the best track on the album.
So my next song is by Muse this time.
Okay.
Again, back from the previous video.
Introduced via Generation Mix, I imagine.
Yeah.
What is it?
This used to be actually one of the bottom of Muse songs, or near the middle. But it's after putting it on my playlist and just listening to it, because occasionally I'll just add a song that I was kind of in the middle of onto my playlist. Never a Richard Thompson song. I hate those.
I don't know which song it's going to be because I thought Hysteria was your favourite and you've already had that.
And then it will just start clicking with me. That's happened with a few songs now.
So what is it?
Time is running out.
Ah, from Absolution, my favourite Muse album. Good call. I still think Hysteria is better, also from Absolution, but Time is running out. Yes, yeah, good song.
I was listening to it on the way home from school today, and I couldn't stop myself from singing, even though I was surrounded by other people from school. I didn't sing out loud. I mouthed, but I couldn't stop myself. Yeah.
My next pick is Back to the Beatles, and I'm going to cast you back to 1963. This song sold 1.6 million copies in the UK. It was the biggest selling single in the UK until Mull of Kintyre came along by Paul McCartney and sold 2.6 million copies. She Loves You.
Yeah.
2 minutes of pure, perfect pop, and it's got mistakes in it when you listen really closely. You can hear the join between takes on the cut, and yet, who cares? It's She Loves You, for crying out loud. What an absolutely fantastic pop song.
My penultimate track has been in a Generation Mix episode as a Joel's Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
And this one he didn't like as much, though he did say it was clever, I believe. And it is Life by the Sea by Tubbo, a YouTube song. A YouTube song isn't part of his name. It just is a YouTube song.
There are worse.
I really like this song. It's made by a 17-year-old. In fact, I'm pretty sure he was 16 when he started writing it.
So?
That's quite... The lyrics in it and it's quite complex for a 16-year-old.
I look forward to seeing what you do when you're 16, Joel, songwriting wise.
Probably not as good as this.
How do you know?
My
You might
aspirations aren't even lyrical songs anyway. They're video game music.
My penultimate pick appeared on one of Joel's lists on a previous video. And I said how much I liked it then. Green Day, Wake Me Up When September Ends. Horrific subject, the death of his father when he was 10. That has become a timeless classic that I genuinely think is Green Day's finest 3.5 minutes.
My final track in this 10. I'd actually switch with something you've previously had on your list, except
Today?
I've already had it. By the same artist. It is Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay.
I would switch it around in my list now, because I took a break from listening to Nobody No Crime and then I added it back in my playlist and it shot up again. Because Nobody No Crime used to be my favourite Taylor Swift song.
This is what
then
you're going to mention is your
dropped down because you were playing it for it too long.
What?
You were playing it too much, so it dropped down. That's
not fair.
That's happened before. And then I took a break. I haven't
So
listened
what?
to it a while.
Okay. Wait, yeah, but you just talked about a song that's not in your list.
Yeah, but it would be here now.
Okay.
And what would be where Nobody No Crime was, about 40, is Last Great American Dynasty. Still love the song, not as good as Nobody.
Good song, Last Great American Dynasty from Folklore, the other surprise album she released. Yeah, it's a good song, but I agree with you, Nobody No Crime's better.
Yeah.
My final pick, and the last one for this video, and I placed it here for a reason. This is my favourite track by this artist as a solo artist. This individual turns 80 today, the day this video comes out. It's Paul McCartney. And the track I've picked is Maybe I'm Amazed. It is the song that even he himself thinks what he would like to be remembered by. It's a phenomenally great song from his debut album, and all I want to say is this man has been writing great songs for 65 years. And that's going back to 1957 when he's supposed to have written When I'm 64, which ended up on Sgt. Pepper, and also I'll Follow the Sun, I believe, was a late 50s song that he wrote and kept in his back pocket until it came out on Beatles for Sale. 65 years up to now, when we've still got great songs coming out on McCartney 3. He is a national treasure. He is a musical genius. I personally believe that when you take into account how good the melodies are from McCartney, he is the best songwriter in the world. So, happy 80th birthday, Sir Paul. Thank you so much for all of the music that has soundtracked my life for so long. And maybe I'm amazed. So that concludes this week's video, the 20s. Join us in 2 weeks' time for the final part of this rundown, when we will be running through our top 10. I'll be back in a week with another video. Before you go, if you haven't already, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. But until next week, thanks for watching.